Mr. Director, I think now would be an appropriate time to take my shirt off. Mud. Okay, so Mud is the independent drama film that takes place in the Deep South, and it's about Matthew McConaughey on this island trying to get to his lost love, while you have this interesting drama and family tension with two young kids, and how their lives intersect and the events that unfold because of such. Now, this is a slow-moving drama film that is a very, very well-made movie. I have to stress that entirely. This is a well-made drama film, and I think it's definitely worth a watch. Matthew McConaughey is definitely the major emphasis on what I have to say. He delivers the best performance of his life, in my opinion. I think that this is by far his best performance. There is no way to stress it. The kids have to go to a dark place, and the fact that the kids didn't annoy me is just incredible, because kids in movies are really, really annoying typically, and these ones didn't. I was very shocked. And so it really, really adds this new vibe. It really feels new and fresh, and that is great, because there's a lot of times, you're sitting there and you're watching movies and you may like them, but there's nothing quite fresh yet on them, and this felt fresh. If Fast 6 is your favorite movie this year, this is probably not for you, but I'd still recommend eventually at least watching it, because Mud is definitely worth a viewing. The cinematography in the film is top-notch. They don't blow you out with the typical indie documentary, shoulder cam shots. They do have some, but they don't overload you with those. They don't try and overload you with overly pretentious artistic shots. It really is just very grounded, and it feels very natural and flowing. It's just like a slow, cool breeze on a hot day. That's the best way I can describe this film metaphorically. It's a cool breeze on a nice hot day, so you feel nice and refreshed on your patio. The dialogue flows naturally. When Matthew McConaughey and the kids are talking, you really believe their bond. When Reese Witherspoon and Matthew McConaughey are communicating, you really feel their bond. And Matthew McConaughey just flat out steals the show. He's incredible. It's his best role he's ever done, in my opinion. And that just is the best way to sum this movie up. Mud really has those moments that emotionally get you right here. Mud really has those moments that are really intense. There's stuff that should not be intense for other movie standards that is really intense in this, and that was nice to see that they could do that. They actually don't use much music in this, so I can't say how the music was, but when they did play it, it was effective. They only used it when I felt like they were thinking to themselves, we need music in here, right here, because this is the emotion we're trying to convey. As a film student, this is a kind of movie that you sit there and go, I am in love with this movie. And I am in love with this movie. It is spectacular. I don't really have any complaints about it. I mean, when the intensity hits, the intense is just right there, and it is in your face, and you love it. When you are watching a slow drama basically about them standing in front of a grocery store, you're eating that scenery up. You're really sinking your teeth into some juicy material, and Mud just is flawless in that sense. It is one of the best movies I've seen in several years. I am just amazed by it. I walked out of it feeling good, feeling refreshed. I knew I went through some emotional roller coasters during the film, because there's some spots that really hit you here. Especially because the family elements are very relatable and the dialogue flows so naturally, you feel like you, the watcher, have had this conversation, and you're looking at a window of symbolism of your life, and that's really the best way to explain that portion of the movie, is the dialogue flows like that. With Mud, you feel like there's this role model connection that you would watch on someone with a Big Brother, Big Sister program. And it's just almost inspiring in a way, and yet it has some very dark, sinister elements. And when Matthew McConaughey has to go there, you're really in there with him. Simple is better because there's a lot of movies with big effects and everything, and this is just a very grounded, simple movie, and it is effective. And I really hope Matthew McConaughey wins the Academy Award for this, because Matthew McConaughey absolutely kills it, and he deserves an award for this. I know it's early to say that, but I'm putting it out here now. I feel like he deserves the award. Okay, so I'm going to score Mud as a 95% because I have to rate this unbiasedly as best I can, and the 5% that I basically deducted off of it is just for little tiny complaints throughout where I'm like, I would have done that differently type thing, or I wish I could have seen more of something. But other than that, that's really my only complaint, is I wish I could have seen more of that character or more of this moment. I wish this moment happened more type thing. But ultimately, in my personal opinion, I'd scored a 99 along with Star Trek Into Darkness, but I'm also going to give it a 95. Okay, so have you seen Mud? Tell me what you think about it. I'd love to know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and you'll see more videos from me soon.